Greetings, Virgo soul. You felt it, haven't you? That dense silence, that eerie weight resting in the corners of your home. It's not just clutter. It's not just fatigue. It's something older, something deeper, an energy that doesn't belong to you, but has embedded itself within your space, feeding on your stillness. The tarot speaks clearly now, louder than ever. This shadow is not yours, Virgo, but it's living through you, and it must be released before it consumes what remains of your clarity, your focus, your fire. The first card drawn was the Hanged Man. Virgo, this is the card of spiritual suspension. It confirms what you've suspected. Your life isn't stagnant by coincidence. Your motivation hasn't vanished by chance. This card reveals that your progress has been paused, not because you've made mistakes, but because your environment has stopped supporting your growth. It's as if time has stopped. Within your walls, every idea, every opportunity, they die before they breathe. Why? Because there is an energy in your home, ancient, unprocessed, foreign, that has wrapped itself around your space like invisible vines, slowing everything you try to manifest. Next came the Moon. Virgo, this card whispers of illusions and hidden truths. Not everything is as it seems in your home. There are emotions here that don't belong to you, and yet you feel them. They pass through you like memories you never lived. You've seen the signs, the tension that arises out of nowhere, the sudden mood shifts, the fragile peace that collapses with a word. The Moon reveals a spiritual fog, born of unresolved trauma. Not necessarily yours, but active nonetheless. Maybe someone left it behind, maybe it was passed down, but now it clings to the corners of your life. And while it hides in silence, it sabotages you. The third card was the Hierophant. This card, Virgo, speaks of sacred bonds, ancestral roots, spiritual contracts. You are not imagining the presence you sometimes feel in the air, that strange feeling when you enter a room. Someone or something is still there. This isn't a threat. It is a presence left behind, a spiritual echo of someone who once existed in that space, or someone connected to your bloodline. Their ritual was never completed, their promise unkept, and now their energy remains, not to haunt, but to be heard. The Hierophant urges you, reconnect with the sacred, perform a cleansing rite, acknowledge what lingers, because your home must become a sanctuary again, not a spiritual prison. Then came the Devil. Virgo, you need to hear this. There has been energetic manipulation in your environment, perhaps unintentional, a visitor with envy, a forgotten object that holds a curse, a neighbor who carries shadowed intentions. The devil doesn't always appear as an enemy. Sometimes he looks like routine, like old habits that no longer serve you, but refuse to leave. You felt bound, repeating patterns you thought you'd already broken. This card doesn't come to terrify, it comes to wake you up. Because what binds you can be broken, but only through action, only through light, and finally the sun. Yes, even in this shadowed reading, the light finds its way. The sun promises rebirth, illumination, joy, but it will not arrive unless you make space for it. Virgo, your home has been holding onto a darkness that was never yours to carry, and yet it has weighed down your spirit like a secret. The sun comes with a message. If you cleanse your space, not just of dust, but of energy, emotion, memory, then the blessings you've been waiting for will return. But you must act. You must declare, this house no longer shelters shadows, only light may stay. Virgo, this isn't just a bad phase. It's a message. Your home is calling you. And if you listen, truly listen, everything will change. Virgo, your home is not silent. It breathes, it remembers, and now it weeps. You've sensed it, perhaps in the flickering of lights, in technology that fails without cause, in the restlessness of your sleep. These are not coincidences, they are messages. Your space is holding grief, and it is no longer willing to carry it alone. The second phase of the tarot's revelation has come, and what it exposes will shake your understanding of the life you've built inside those walls. The first card of this deeper unveiling was the Four of Swords. Virgo, this is the card of emotional stagnation, not just your own, but that of the space you inhabit. This home, your supposed sanctuary, has absorbed too much. Unspoken arguments, tears never shed, emotional debris from visitors who left their burdens behind. The Four of Swords shows that your house is not just cluttered with objects, but with memories that aren't even yours. It is full, but not with life. And now that invisible saturation is seeping into your body, your spiritual overload. The second card was the Nine of Wands. It speaks of resilience, yes, but also of silent struggle. You've been holding your ground, Virgo, trying to preserve a sense of normalcy, but the cost has been heavy. This card confirms what you may not have dared admit. You are exhausted, and still you fight to hold it all together. But the energy in your home resists change, not because it is evil, but because it has gone unacknowledged for too long. It needs closure, it needs gratitude, and it needs to be released with intention. Then came the Queen of Cups, Virgo. This is you, intuitive, sensitive, nurturing, and yet often carrying more than you should. This card shows that you've been absorbing the emotions of your environment, acting like an emotional filter for your home. A particular area within your space, a room, a hallway, a door always shut, holds the densest sorrow. You know the spot. You feel the heaviness each time you pass by. That place has become a vortex, a chamber of trapped sadness, and it's calling for your love, not your fear, because it's not here to harm you. It's here to be freed by you. The fourth card was the Eight of Pentacles. A seemingly mundane card, but here it's sacred. It indicates that something within your home was crafted or placed with powerful intention, not necessarily yours. An object, an heirloom, a piece of furniture, or even a drawing left behind by someone else. It holds ancestral energy. The tarot now urges you to walk your home, not with your eyes, but with your spirit. Feel the shift in the air. Listen to the vibration in the silence. You will find the object, and when you do not fear it. Bless it, thank it, and either cleanse it, move it, or let it go. And the final card, the gift amidst the shadows. And it was the Ace of Pentacles. Virgo, this card is a seed of abundance that has been trying to bloom but cannot push through the layers of spiritual debris. This is your chance. The Ace of Pentacles says that your home can become an amplifier of blessings, but you must prepare the soil. Rearrange. Burn sage or Palo Santo. Use coarse salt in the corners. Play sacred music. Open windows even when it's cold. Light a white candle and speak your intention, because where there is sound, there is life, and your house is desperate to live again. Virgo, your house is not against you. It's wounded. It has been holding onto energy for too long, and now it needs you to become the healer. The tarot shows a path of liberation, but only if you are brave enough to walk it, barefoot and true, into the soul of your home. Virgo, the silence in your home is not empty. It holds echoes, and some of those echoes don't belong to this life. The tarot has reached deeper now. What it reveals isn't just about your present. It's about a karmic memory, a spiritual inheritance written not in blood, but in energy. There is a secret breathing beneath your floorboards, vibrating through the walls. And it's time. You knew the truth. The first card drawn in this third passage was the Five of Cups. This is the card of mourning, of grief that never fully closed. Virgo, your house has absorbed a sadness that was never spoken. Maybe it was a loss that happened long before you arrived. Maybe the previous inhabitants lived through heartbreak, separation, death. That energy doesn't vanish. It roots itself. In corners, in old furniture, in mirrors, this card says the grief you sometimes feel, the random weight, the melancholy without cause, might not be yours. It's inherited. Not genetically, but energetically, and until it's honored and released, it will continue to haunt the future with whispers from the past. Then came the Knight of Swords, fast, sharp, and piercing. This card is not gentle. It shows that someone, at some point in the timeline of your house, unleashed a surge of negative energy. It may have been an argument, a betrayal, a visitor who entered with anger and left something behind. This wasn't always intentional, but intention is not always necessary. The Knight reveals an intrusion, an energy that barged into your space and took root. It manifests as conflict without cause, as things breaking mysteriously, as a sharpness. In the air, this must be cut now. Through ritual, fire, salt, and sacred word. The third card, and perhaps the most crucial, was the Wheel of Fortune. Virgo, this card reveals that the very energy affecting your home is part of a cycle, one that has repeated before. It may have touched your parents, your grandparents, or another life altogether. The wheel says that karma is turning, and that right now you are standing at the threshold. If you don't cleanse this, it will return. But if you do, you will not only free yourself, but those who came before you and those who will come after. It's about legacy. This isn't just Then came the Ten of Swords, a brutal image but a necessary one. Virgo, this is a warning. If this energy is not addressed, if you continue to ignore what your house is trying to say, it will begin to eat at your soul. Dreams will fade, fatigue will deepen, your drive will disappear. The Ten of Swords shows a spiritual depletion, a burnout not of the body, but of the life force. This is not punishment, it's a cry for help. Your home is leaking energy, and you are absorbing that loss. You must act before the light dims completely, and then, like a flare in the night, came the Magician again. Virgo, this card is the answer. It is the mirror of your potential. It says, you hold the tools, your hands, your voice, your will. These are the instruments. You don't need expensive rituals, you need truth. You need fire in your eyes and clarity in your heart. Clean with intention. Speak blessings aloud. Write your declaration and burn it under a white flame. Place water in a clear bowl and let it absorb the room's tension. You are the portal. You are the healer. Virgo, the house you live in chose you, not randomly but spiritually. It knew you were the one who could break the chain. It has waited for your awakening. And now that you see, truly see, the cycle you've inherited, the question is, will you cleanse it or let it return? Virgo, your home stands at the edge of a threshold. On one side, what has been, on the other, what could be. And you, right now, are the bridge. The tarot speaks again. And what it reveals in this phase is not gentle. It is a confrontation. Because sometimes healing begins not with light, but with the courage to look into the shadows and say, I see you, and I release you. The first card drawn was the Two of Pentacles. This is the card of imbalance, of juggling chaos while pretending everything is fine. Virgo, you've tried to maintain order, pay the bills, protect your peace, keep the appearance of normalcy. But underneath it all, there's been a war of frequencies inside your home. One energy calls for liberation. The other clings to pain, to control, to the past. This card says the chaos outside mirrors the battle within. And it asks you, which energy are you feeding? Then came the Four of Pentacles, the card of holding on to things, to memories, to ghosts. Virgo, there are objects in your home that no longer serve you, items imbued with emotions that are no longer aligned with who you are becoming. This card speaks of a spiritual hoarding, not just physical clutter, but energetic anchors. You may be keeping old love letters, broken furniture, inherited objects, charged with sorrow. The message is clear: release them. When you let go of what was, you create sacred space for what will be. The universe can't bring you miracles if your home is full of echoes. The third card was the Empress, and with her came a wave of light. Virgo, this is your highest potential. Abundance, beauty, creation. It means your home can become a sacred garden, but only if you treat it as such. The Empress invites you to sanctify your daily life, not through grand gestures, but small acts of reverence, lighting a candle at sunrise, blessing your food, playing music that lifts the vibration, tending to your plants with whispered prayers. When you honor your space, it will honor you back. And from that harmony, abundance will flow effortlessly. Then came the Eight of Cups. This card hits deep. It's the card of conscious departure. Virgo, this means one of two things. Either a transformation must happen within your current space, or it's time to prepare for a physical move. Not all homes are meant to stay forever. Some are stations, some are sanctuaries, others are spiritual mazes meant to teach you. The Eight of Cups asks, does this place still reflect your soul? Or are you staying out of obligation, out of fear, out of memory? If your home has become a weight, then the time has come to say goodbye, with grace, with gratitude, with freedom. And finally, Judgment. Virgo, this card is not a whisper, it is a trumpet. The tarot doesn't speak now, it declares. This is your reckoning. The spirits, the ancestors, your higher self, all are watching. This is not just a home, it is a spiritual field, and your actions now will ripple beyond this life. If you rise, if you cleanse, if you declare that this space is sacred once more, your lineage will feel the shift, the chains will break, the karma will be cleansed, and the future will be rewritten, not just for you, but for all who come after. Virgo, the time of indecision is over. The energy has been named. The truth has been revealed. Now comes the choice. Will you restore this temple or abandon it? Virgo, the final veil has lifted, and what lies beyond is not darkness, but redemption. Your home has spoken. Its whispers after everything revealed, felt, and endured. The moment has come. The space that once held your fatigue, your confusion, your invisible chains, is ready to be reborn. But only if you answer the call. Only if you accept the invitation to transform it, not just physically, but spiritually. The first card drawn in this final awakening was the Star. Virgo, this is no coincidence. The star is divine promise, a sign that the light has returned. It doesn't roar, it glows, it lingers. It says healing is already in motion, even if you can't see it yet. You'll feel it in the air, softer, calmer. You'll notice your thoughts clearing. You'll wake up without dread. The star says your home is realigning with its true frequency. The past no longer commands the walls. Now, the sacred takes root. Then came the Seven of Swords. A warning and a key. Virgo, there's still one secret buried, one truth unspoken, one piece of the puzzle missing. It could be a forgotten photo, an old document, a family story you were never told. This card asks you to investigate, to look under, behind, within, talk to the elders, search the attic, ask the questions you've avoided. Because once you uncover that final truth, the last chain will snap, and the flow of prosperity will return unblocked. The house cannot fully heal while part of its history remains hidden. The third card was the Tower, but not as a threat, as a purge. Virgo, something in your house must fall. Maybe it's a wall, a door, a symbol, a routine, a toxic pattern that the house has memorized. The Tower urges you to allow a small destruction so a sacred reconstruction can begin. Paint the walls, rearrange the furniture, say goodbye to what's broken. Let the chaos that served no purpose in collapse, because from that fall, true structure will rise. Then came the King of Pentacles, Virgo. This is the version of you that awaits on the other side of the cleansing, rooted, empowered, abundant. This card reveals what's possible once the energy is restored. Your finances align, your confidence strengthens, your relationships deepen. The king doesn't just survive in his space, he thrives. And so will you, because now your home is becoming an extension of your soul. Firm, rich in spirit, welcoming to miracles. And then, like a circle closing, the magician returned. For the final time, Virgo the tarot shouts what you now must live. You are the channel. No healer is greater than your own will. No ritual more powerful than your truth. This house has waited for you to awaken. And now that you have, speak it, declare it, move through it as priest, as guardian, as master. Say out loud, this house is sacred. No shadow may linger here. I reclaim this space as light. And then act, clean, rearrange, burn, bless, sing, dance. Open the windows and let the wind carry away the remnants of the past. Because in the next 3 days, Virgo, the sign will come. A candle, flickering without wind. A butterfly entering your space. A sensation of sudden peace. When it does, light your white candle again and speak, I declare this space as fertile ground. Let abundance find me and stay, and it will stay. Your home will be temple, your path will be clear, and your life, Virgo, will be a mirror of sacred flow.